So we're covering lesson 2 of future time from Fundamentals of English Grammar. This lesson is about certainty and time clauses. So let's go and see what you already know. So we want to choose the correct form of the verbs to fill in the space. So we're going to have a meeting when Sam returns, will return, or is going to return. And it should be returns. As soon as I get here, I text, will text, or texted. In this one, we're going to use will text. The meeting is going probably going, probably to take an hour. This one should be probably going. I'll stay at the office until we finish, will finish, are going to finish. This one should be finish. There probably be, maybe, or may be another meeting next week. So in this one, it should be may, and then space be, 2 words rather than. So turn to chart 3-6. So we use will or be going to if you feel sure about a future activity. If you're not 100% sure, you add probably. Look at the examples. The Ortegas will move into their home next week. This is 100% sure. I will finish my homework tonight. I'm going to finish my homework tonight. Both of these are 100% sure about a statement. When you're almost sure but not 100%, use probably after the helping verbs, as in the example, Alex will probably finish his homework, or Alex is probably going to finish his homework. So this is and will are acting as the helping verbs or auxiliary verbs, they're sometimes called. But we put probably between the helping verb and the main verb. The helping verb, this is actually the main verb, but we put it right after the helping verb. Way of saying it. When the statement is negative, use probably before the helping verb. Hannah probably won't finish her homework, or Hannah probably isn't going to finish her homework. So this is a difference, right? So that when we are, when it is negative, probably comes at the beginning. When it's positive, probably goes in the middle. When you are only 50% sure or just guessing, you want to use may or may not. They actually both mean the same thing because they mean 50% chance. So Alice may quit her job, or Alice may not quit her job, right? So that in both of these, we're saying 50-50. Maybe plus will or be going to has the same meaning as may, but it's used differently. So look at the examples. Maybe Alice will quit her job, or maybe she won't. Maybe Alice is going to quit her job, or maybe she isn't. If you'll notice here, maybe is going at the beginning of the sentence rather than in front of the verb. Okay, so for these ones, we want to read the sentence and decide what percentage we're sure. So I will probably mow the lawn. We know that probably is close to 100%, but not exactly 100%. What about this one? How sure? John may get a haircut tomorrow. This is 50%. May is 50%. I will make spaghetti for dinner. This is just will. So it should be 100%. Maybe it will snow again tomorrow. It should be 50%. Maybe means 50%. So we use this simple present, not will or be going to, in a future time clause. So let's look at an example. Before we make dinner, we're going to buy some groceries. This is the time clause. It has a time word, and there's a list of them in the chart. And even though this has a future meaning, in the time clause, we use a simple present, even though in the main clause, we're using the future. She'll call him when she has time. So the time clause here is with when, and the verb is in the simple present. The order of the time clause is not important. So as soon as she gets here, we can start, or we can start as soon as she gets here. It doesn't matter which one comes first or second. In the time clause, it's still going to be in the simple present. As soon as I graduate, I'm going to get a job. I'll study every day until I graduate. While I'm in school, I'll study. So notice in each one of these time clauses, we're using the simple present, simple present, simple present, even though in the main clause, we have the future. If it snows tomorrow, we're going to stay home. So when if has a future meaning, we use the simple present, not will or be going to, in the if clause. So just like the time clause here, when we have a future meaning, in here we use a simple present tense, even though we use the future in the main clause. So let's do a little practice here and choose the correct verbs. So as soon as this stops raining, we walk or will walk. It should be will, because this is the main clause. In the time clause, we're going to use a simple present. I'm going to go home when class is or will be. This is going to be is, because we know that when makes a time clause. Maybe, one word, or maybe, two words, I'll watch a movie when I finish or will finish my homework. In this one, remember when we have this at the beginning of the sentence, we're using the adverb maybe, one word, and then here we have a time clause, so we're using the simple present. After Casey graduates or will graduate, she will probably or probably look for a job. So in this one, we're using the simple present because this is a time clause, and we're going to use will probably because we need to use the future because the meaning is a future meaning. So will you or do you help me move some furniture when you get or will get home tonight? So in this one, it's going to be will you, right? Because this is the main clause, and we need to use the future. And it's going to be get because this is a time clause. This is a simple present, and we use a simple present in the time clause. So we want to complete the sentences, use the verbs, use will for the future. Okay, so we have two verbs here. So one verb is going to go here, and one verb is going to go here. So remember, in the time clause, we want to use the simple present form of the verb, and in the main clause we want to use the future using will. So this one should be as soon as we have enough money, we will travel to Thailand. So this one should be I will turn off my phone when the movie begins. Here's the time clause, so it's simple present. So in this one, it will be Alex will probably buy a car after he gets his driver's license. Take a look at this one. Jane will stay home until she feels better. Take a look at this one. So in this one, we're not using a time clause, we're using an if clause, but the rules are the same when the main clause is in the future. So it's going to be, if I have any more questions, I will call. Oh, I just realized this. These are not necessarily in the correct order as they're going to appear. So we got to pay attention to the sentence. All right. All right. So if you need additional practice, you can go and do the exercises in 3-6 and 3-7.